This joke is not approved by the Raptors freak, but it is from To The Point. Bum 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 bum. Let me hear you say OV ho. Let me hear you say OV ho. Shout out to all my Torontonians that were there at the Sky Dome, Rogers Center, whatever you want, wherever the Jays play. Okay, that was singing that song. This one's for you guys out there. It made me so happy to be a part of the city. Okay, so let's get to the formalities. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, whatever time it is for you right now. Just know that you are locked in on To The Point with the King and the Raptors free. You say it.
The lyrical Leviathan.
Also known as Lex. You guys know what to do from To The Point side. Click us. Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, YouTube, which is hopefully where you're watching us. Click subscribe, click like, let us know, leave a comment, let us know what you're doing. We're here for you for the finals of 2025. I can't believe we're here this old, but I'm also joined, collaborating with the Raptors freak, the lyrical Leviathan, as he said, the one and only Lex. How you doing today, my man?
What's going on, Brian, man? Another great game tonight, another close one. One that in some ways, it came down to the wire, and you know what? It's the playoffs. And a lot of things contribute to a lot of different things for the outcome. And tonight, people made mistakes, and it made the game go away. It didn't have to go, honestly. I felt like Indiana was cruising towards winning this game, and honestly, they should have. But a testament to the Oklahoma City Thunder, who won the game with only making 3 threes. Yep. And it's amazing to me, honestly.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. What was your overall overview of the game?
I would say this. I think that, all right, I think that Indiana had them. And I have to give so much kudos to the crowd. They were so loud. The defense chants were like Scotiabank when we're doing what we do up here in Toronto. And it was a huge factor. And honestly, the way they were shooting early, all them making threes, were hitting them in the first, carrying through most of the game. Siakam was masterful. I was gaining more and more respect for Haliburton, doing different things. Obi Toppin was, hit and miss. Some of the things were really, really good. But then Nesmith fouled out, man. And this was the key thing that messed them up. Nesmith fouled out, and they inserted Benedict. And as much as Benedict was the hero in the last game, scoring so many points on the bench, he was the reason why they lost tonight. Yeah, solely. Bonjour. I'm going to say this right now, because there are 2 reasons why Mathurin messed up. He messed up, first of all, because he caught these touch fouls, and then maybe he was just a patsy for Scott Foster, who's the extender, and he wants to extend this series. He knew if the Pacers are going to win this game tonight, that it's going to be wrapped up soon because it's 3-1. So in some ways they're going to call, and it was Josh Tiven actually who called these touch fouls on inbounds passes to give free throws to the Thunder at certain times. And Benedict got that twice. And then when he got to the line, he missed such a crucial free throws at the end, 3 huge free throws that he missed in the last bit of the game. And then Obi Toppin missed free throws earlier than that were really crucial too. So the missed free throws by the Pacers are a huge reason why they lost tonight. And, to be honest, the referees wanted to flow water towards the Thunder because in some ways Scott Foster is known as the extender. And they want the more games, more money. Yeah. And if if the Indiana wins tonight, it may be getting wrapped up in the next game or the game after that. They want to guarantee 6 games for sure, and that's what they did tonight.
That's no doubt. I from what I saw from the overview of the game was Indiana had it pretty much in control. Yes, OKC was taking some wild shots. Okay, Scott Foster, yes, he does play a huge part in most series. Right, most games. But from what I saw from this game was, I can't remember who was it. One of our people that follows you and me can't remember, but sorry if I forgot your name. It's too many names in my head. But to see Indiana like play it out, but for them to take it to what I said at the beginning, 6 games, right? 6-7, right? But the way it played out, right, was Indiana looked like they had it in control, but OKC was still hanging in there. I know you don't have.
Yeah, you got to give them credit for that. Like,
I know you don't
honestly,
have a fond liking for OKC's head coach. I know you don't, Lex, but
no, I don't mind him. I just think I've been critical of him because I feel like he's made mistakes, but he fixed his mistake this game and he won. He actually brought in Hartenstein and started him, but he didn't even play him for a lot of the game. He was playing Kenrick Williams instead. But that was smart. That was smart that he brought him back, and he did start Case and Wallace. But I had to give a lot of credit to the Thunder for playing in a very hostile environment, for hanging with them, for they didn't rely on the outside shot. They took it to them inside, and they scored a lot of points in the paint. They out-rebounded the hell out of the Pacers tonight. And in some ways, they weren't really playing winning basketball, but they somehow
and they didn't have to rely on the three-point shot.
No, they didn't at all. They hardly shot the threes at all. And, Gilgeous-Alexander was slow starting, but like they said in the broadcast, he is a superstar, and he will turn it on and get his at some point. And he was electric in the second half. There were shots that he made that were fantastic, covered really well. He's money on the threes. And he's my star of the game, obviously.
Well, we'll get into that.
Well, let's just do it right now, man.
That's my next question for you. Okay,
Caruso.
So everybody, I do want to talk about Elmer Fudd, but but like, ladies and gentlemen, when you tune into Raptors Freak while the Raptors are playing, Lex has his 3 stars of the game. And it's been a minute because the Raps ain't in the game. And I love to get at Lex for this one. Okay? But from what I saw tonight was, and we've been talking about this for the last 3 games, it's more become about the role players as opposed to the stars. Haliburton's going to get his. Pascal's going to get his. Shai's going to get his. Right? That's what we're going to see. But in order to carry these finals and make it absolutely entertaining, right, without somebody that has a Barbie doll named after them. I know you hate me when I go after that, Lex. I'm sorry. My bad. But because he's got no balls. But anyway, it's become more about the role players. So, Lex, I want to ask you, who were your 3 stars of this game tonight? Game 4 of your 2025 NBA Finals. Now let's bring it down to 3. Let's go.
All right. Well, as I said before, SGA for sure, number 1. And this is the crazy thing. Like I've said before, the way that Nebhard's playing him, he's like a shadow on him. And they worked really, really hard in this game to get switches of Nebhard off of SGA. That was a huge key in the second half. Was SGA started getting his shot off when he would have Neesmith switched on to him. And that was part of the reason why Neesmith fouled out. And it really, really hurt the Pacers when Neesmith fouled out, because I'm telling you, Benedict, he's a young guy. In some ways, he's an amazing athlete. He can do a lot of stuff when he's but he's still not experienced. And I don't agree with Rick Carlisle having him in instead. Like, if it could have maybe had TJ McConnell or Obi Toppin, who has a little bit more experience or something in that spot at the end of the game with the starters in the place of Neesmith. But my second star of the game is Caruso, because he was just himself times 10 tonight.
It was rapid season.
He went above and beyond. He put a lot of points in there. He was really playing like, this is a game we have to win, and I'm going all out, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes. And he had that kind of game tonight. And then I got to give some credit to Jalen Williams. He was very unstoppable with those scoop shots, But he didn't shoot a really good percentage. But he's an interesting player. I'm gonna make a prediction about Jalen Williams right now.
What?
I feel like in this finals, he's playing against Siakam. Siakam's showing he's elevating, and some people are saying, like Kyle Lowry said on his little thing tonight on his chat, that Siakam better be a main star in the NBA coming up because of what he's doing this series. And I agree with him. But Jalen Williams can rip off Siakam in his years to come as a young player. He's playing against him right now in the finals, but don't be surprised if in some ways Jalen Williams learns a lot from what he's seeing against his opponent this series.
See,
they have similar bags in some ways, and I could see Jalen Williams ripping off some of the spins and some of the stuff that like Siakam likes to do more and more, or at least seeing a little bit tricks that he does,
and being younger. But that's what I was gonna. That's one thing, because I gotta disagree with you at the third star. I thought it could have been Pascal.
Oh yeah, if I was gonna do somebody from the other team, I was picking 3 from the team that won. Okay. But on the other side, I mean, Haliburton was really good tonight too. Like in some ways, the problem with the Pacers was Siakam was the leading scorer and he only scored 20, and then you had Toppin with 17. Yeah, there was balance, but it's still they needed a little bit somebody to go a little further. And there were a couple of lineups that Rick Carlisle put out there that I didn't totally agree with. There was one point where he had a lineup out there that didn't have Haliburton, Siakam, or Mathurin out there, and it sputtered offensively. And then later on, he had all 3 of them
and the rest.
And it did. Well, it was actually more bench guys than that. It was more like McConnell, Toppin, Shepherd. And probably Miles Turner maybe, and so
Shepherd did play.
Yeah, that sputtered.
I'll give him credit.
And then, later on, there was just I don't know, some of the lineups that Carlisle had at different times out there weren't right to me. And the last mistake was Mathurin coming in at the end of the game. Honestly, I thought that was because he really did screw up things for them at the end. Which is too bad because he's had such a great game before. So
let me ask you, you guys can go look it up. I'm gonna own this one. Sorry, Lex.
Okay, yeah.
Our last video, I did say OKC is gonna win.
Yeah.
I actually told somebody today that they're gonna win. It's gonna be 112 points. They got 111. Okay. I was just off. Y'all holler.
You said that they'd get 112, so they needed one more.
Yeah.
So it was like a missed free throw. You would have gotten it.
Yeah, exactly. But so I'm gonna own you on that one, buddy. You called it out. You called it out last one.
It could have gone either way, but you're right. It could have gone either way. And honestly, Indiana, they choked, and they could have won this one.
Yes, that's what I want to. That's what I want to say. Due to the fact that Indiana did literally fumble the ball.
Yeah.
Right. In the third and the fourth quarter, especially at the end of the fourth quarter, right? What do you see from Indiana or OKC in Game 5, considering it's in Oklahoma? Because I'll give you my prediction after, but I'll let you go first.
All right. Well, obviously, right now, in some ways, people would say since the home court advantage is back in the Thunder's side, the momentum is back with them too. Yeah. And I would say that's probably true. So going back there, obviously, maybe the fans are going to be a little bit more intense when they come back. And but the thing is, the Pacers, this whole entire playoffs, have been road warriors. They've been teams that have gone into other places. In some ways, they thrive in those kind of environments. Like they just did it in Madison Square Garden last series, where that's a pressure cooker. So I mean, it's still going to be a close game, I think, because in some ways, Carlisle is out coaching Dagnall, but at the same time, sometimes the talent of the Thunder just overwhelms and beats the Pacers. And if the Pacers aren't totally energetic and running around and they get tired, they're going to get beat. So they have to absolutely be all out. I really like this Pacers team because they're really quick to get to the loose balls, and they really try and get after everybody, and they really do play really hard. So I feel like that in some ways, the more I watch this series, that the Pacers, when they played us this season, Rick Carlisle was very complimentary of the Raptors and Darko and what they were doing. I feel like they ripped some of the stuff we were doing off. And
100%.
Doing right now.
What are you talking about?
Like as far as like the energy.
Sorry, Lex.
Energy,
stop for a second. Most of this league right now and what we're seeing is ripping off of.
Well, I don't know if I'll say most of the league, but there are some pure parallels to like the defensive energy and the team energy, because like the Pacers defense got better and better and better, and honestly it's gotten better at times by quarter. But and then like some of the stuff they're doing on their offense is really interesting right now too. But I feel like there's some admiration and kind of like a little bit of the Spider-Man meme, like, hey, wait, Toronto, hey, Indiana, hey, wait, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right. See, so this is what I gotta say. Like, come on, you just hit it right there and you sparked me up. Right? Right? No, it's serious. I've said this before. What you're seeing from OKC, what you're seeing from the Indiana Pacers, thank you, Paul George, but it's also following the blueprint of what the Toronto Raptors had. You said it last video that the Raptors had that same blueprint, but they're ahead of the curve. Right? And this is for you Raptors fans. As you're watching this, you should be encouraged, excited, exacerbated by this, okay? To see what is going on and enjoy it. How many E's do I have to throw in there? But, so Lex, yes or no? Game 4, what team you got?
Man, it's going to be really, really tough.
Who you got?
I could see this going this way. Like Oklahoma City will win the next one at home.
Okay.
And then the Pacers will win the next one at their home, and then it'll be a toss-up for Game 7 back in Oklahoma
agree
City.
with you 100%, my brother. I called this at the beginning. Only thing is, I got it backwards because I said I got Game 1 and 2 backwards. I said there'd be a split. The next two, I said there'd be a split. I got them backwards, right? But, hey, you know what? I don't care. You don't have to care what I say. You don't have to care what Lex says. All you got to do is care about the game and see what's going on and enjoy it. Lex, my man.
Yeah, man.
You know, we're pulling late nights out here. Just for you guys. So, Lex, say something to the people out there, whatever you want.
All right. Well, y'all, thanks for watching the collaboration between Raptors Freak and To The Point, and a reaction to Game 4 of the NBA Finals 2025, a win by the Thunder over the Pacers. And really proud of the Canadian guys, as always. SGA doing a fantastic job. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, what's up? Andrew Nebhard, you're arriving more and more, my guy. Sorry about Mathurin's game tonight, but you know what? Hey, it can't be all good. Lou Dort was solid in some ways. I mean, he was active and annoying. He was a little dirty at times, honestly. And then, of course, our former Raptor, Siakam, man. That guy is just amazing, honestly. He's a joy to watch. And the high-pressure situations, the big bright lights, they do not faze that man. And I love the praise that the announce crew was giving him and talking about stuff. And, yeah, it's the 6th anniversary of the Raptors championship today. So it's fitting that man's out there playing in the finals 6 years after he won a championship on this very day. So I love that, man. I'm a proud Raptors fan, and we've got a lot to be proud of up north, even vicariously through Pascal Siakam.
Yes, very much so. I really got nothing to touch on. I just want to see Pascal succeed, but I'm still picking OKC. But that's just me. But you guys,
all right. Well, I'll generally say this: I think that somehow, some way, the Pacers are still going to win the championship.
Okay, well, we'll place a bet on that when we barbecue.
Yeah, we'll say right now. We'll just say right now. You can go ahead and have Thunder. It's going for it here. I'm going to still pick the Pacers going for it.
Yeah. Speaking of barbecue, you'll be by. RFF should come by.
Let's go, Barnes, Barrett, and quickly.
Yeah. But not that. But BBQ. Maybe we can get Scotty to come by. Anyway, But if he's willing, but Lex, like I just said that, but so ladies and gentlemen, 9:30 Eastern we're this far on YouTube and I haven't cursed yet, every fucking morning, okay, You guys can go check the Raptors Freak. Leave your comments in the live chat. Leave it in the comments section. Whatever. My man Lex right there. He does not hesitate and he does not lack. Sometimes he goes extra just for you to respond to you. Okay? So you guys got to give kudos to him. Okay? On that part. So, make sure you guys go click on that. You guys can click on me, whatever. I don't know. I see you guys on the street. Some of you guys like want the merch, right? I see you guys. Whatever. And the greatest producer of all time, Mr. Arturis. So, I'll just say this. I hope you guys are enjoying the NBA Finals. It's really good, really refreshing to see it like this. So on behalf of myself, the one and only Raptors freak, Mr. Arturis, and myself, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, and